lot about being sad or experiencing the big sad and or depression, my fun name for it, because, trauma, I'm funny. And while I notice little things that tell me, that the big sad is coming or that depression is on its way, I never realize I'm in it until the small moments of joy kind of peek back in. And this video is a great example of that. I was cleaning out my closet and I found myself dancing. I was listening to fun music. To be exact, it was an early 2000s playlist. I was in high school in the early 2000s. Um, I was listening to it to actually help me write a letter to my younger self. Shout out to my therapist and the homework that she gives me. I feel like if you're in therapy, you've definitely written one of these letters, if not to yourself, to someone who had some type of impact in your life, whether good or bad. Um, but I was actually trying to be quiet because Bryce was sleeping, but I could really, really feel the music. I was really getting into it. I think if I had been home alone, I probably would have like sung every song uncomfortably loud. But I grabbed my camera to catch this moment because I found going through therapy and just life, I have a really hard time remembering the little moments of joy, and I really want to be better at it. I can tell you when traumatic things happen. I can tell you when really sad, depressing things happen to me in previous points in my life, but I always have a really hard time pinpointing the happy moments, and I want to be better at that. So, as I put clothes away and I threw papers away and put them away, oddly, I keep all my important documents in the closet. Don't rob me. If you do rob me, don't look in the closet. Uh, but as I was cleaning out the closet and kind of going through things, I thought about like how long I have been wanting to clean my closet. I have a lot of clothes I don't wear, whether it be they don't fit, they're uncomfortable, I just don't like them. I bought them because they were on sale, or I bought some very unique piece and I was like, oh my God, I'm totally going to find something to wear that to in the midst of COVID and being in lockdown. And I never did. So this has been a long time coming. I also know deep down Bryce has probably also been wanting me to finish cleaning up the closet because we share a closet. And I had shit everywhere. Uh, but the sense of accomplishment of just kind of like starting it and I ended up finishing what I had set out to accomplish felt really good. Um, and it was in that moment of like feeling good of accomplishing cleaning out my closet that I had actually been pretty down in the dumps. I kind of thought about it and tried to figure out like what exactly it could be. But I mean, it could be a variety of things. It could be the weather, the sun is setting earlier, the holidays, work, feeling disconnected from my friends, or also the realization lately that I just haven't really been the best partner to Bryce lately. I haven't been following my routines, I hadn't been journaling, or making a real effort to get ready in the morning before work. I literally would wake up at 7:45, roll out of bed, take Silver for a walk, get him fed, and just start working. And I'm using air quotes with working because it was piss poor work. um, my hobbies had been absolutely neglected. I was engulfed in social media, but like the unhealthy engulfment, comparing myself to everyone's highlights and wondering, gosh, when am I really going to get it together? Now, you're probably like, okay, Lexi, this is real down in the dumps. Why are you sharing this? Number one, I needed to get it out because I know if it stays inside of me, that's how shame festers. Brene Brown said, if you put shame in a petri dish, it needs three ingredients to grow exponentially: secrecy, silence, and judgment. If you put the same amount of shame in the petri dish and douse it with empathy, it can't survive. And if I look at the way that I have been living all three. I've been living in secrecy, silence, and judgment. Two, in case anyone else out there is dealing with the big sad, maybe I can help you douse a little bit of empathy to help you fight that big sad. Also, this video has so much hope in it. I moved my body and I sweated a little. I sang, I laughed. I got a glimpse of the good feelings that are inside of me somewhere. I remember how much fun I have recording things, kind of storytelling in my own way. And I had little glimmers in my mind of when these songs came out that I had forgotten about and fun memories. For example, uh, I remember when Remember the Name by Fort Minor had came out and driving around with my friends Nicole and Sammy, and Nicole's car alarm randomly went off while we were driving. That is a core memory burned into my mind. I remember when I thought I was a bad bitch when Danity Kane's Showstopper came out. I remember the first time I was drunk in a club hearing Mr. Brightside and how I loved that song way more than I would like to admit. I also remembered where I was when I learned that Shakira's hips do not lie. And in thinking about those moments, it gave me a lot of hope. And it reminded me that, like, there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of things that I want to do. And even more importantly, it was really inspiring of my storytelling and how much I enjoy it, even though I'm not good at it. Um, I'm not a professional. I'm not a master. And honestly, I think the same like 8 people watch my videos or the content that I share, and that's okay because for me, it's fun, it's therapeutic, it's a process that I really get to kind of engulf myself into. So here's to me climbing out of that hole. Um, and hopefully, if anyone else is also in that hole, well, I know it's not mine. I hope that you could hear what I went through and find some empathy, find the empathy for yourself to know that you're human and to not live in silence, secrecy, and judgment. So you don't have to let that shame grow and that you're not alone.